Hello everyone, I am the Pink Painter and this is my tarot channel. Today I'm going to be reading for Pisces who have liked or subscribed to any of the videos on my channel. That way I can channel more for this specific crowd that is coming and showing up here every day, and I can get you guys the best and most thorough readings that way. So I pre-shuffled the cards and I have 3 decks that I'd like to use. I also pulled out a significator here, the Magician. I really want to tap in today to what it is that we're all manifesting in our lives right now. So like I said, I pre-shuffled, but I like to give it one last shuffle. And we will start. Knock on the door to the tarot. Spirit, please give us information about what Pisces collective is manifesting in their lives right now. We already have poppers, so here we go. First cards that came out, the 10 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. All right, let's see here. So you guys can see these better. So already we've got some pretty positive energy here. But it also looks like maybe you're going to be going through a little bit of a decision here, a little bit of a maybe turning away from what you thought you were going to be doing in order to possibly achieve this 10 of Cups here. So let's go in a little bit deeper and see what we can get and what is represented here in this 10 of Cups, 5 of Swords, and 2 of Swords. So I used the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot in the beginning to get us some subject cards, and then this is my favorite deck. It is Tarot del Fuego by Ricardo Cavolo, and it's super fun and expressive deck, so I really enjoy using it. Spirit, why do we have the 10 of Cups here? What would you like to tell the Pisces collectives who have liked and subscribed? Pink Painter Tarot. What is it about the 10 of Cups here that we need to know? Spirit, what is it about the 10 of Cups here that we need to know? For the Pisces collective. Whoop, there we go. 3 out. Oh, and a 4th. I usually like to get 3. But we'll stick with that. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So, what popped out first was the Empress, which is an incredible card. It's my favorite card in the deck. 6 of Cups here reversed, 3 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Cups. I typically don't love to read reversals, but I feel like this one came out pretty strong. So you can only really see those first 3. Okay, so what I'm feeling for the energy here is that you're possibly going through a time where you are, there we go, a little better. You're really meditating on what is it that's going to make you happy. The 10 of Cups here, you can see it's a family really enjoying their life, appreciating. There's a lot of gratitude in this card. You know, they can look back at their home and estate and find joy in the things that they already have. Their cups are full. They're feeling like they couldn't want for more. And I know that a lot of us have a hard time getting there. So I feel like these cards are suggestions for how we move forward and find our 10 of Cups. So first card that came out was the Empress. The Empress, like I said, is my favorite card in the deck. It just represents an incredible amount of abundance. She's sort of a motherly figure, but as you can tell here, she's just overflowing with growth and opportunity. There's a house on top of that mountain. She has a crest there, and I think it's a cup full of milk, which in her case is nourishment, right? She's pregnant, and she's a very nourishing energy, somebody who can bring us that abundance and that feeling of safety and comfort that we're longing for and that we really need in terms of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? You need to be able to feel safe and secure before you can really experience the joy that comes with the Ten of Cups. The Six of Cups here came out next and it's reversed. So I always think about what are the memories that are coming back from your childhood, maybe haunting you a little bit and blocking you from your Ten of Cups. Six of Cups is all about past memories, things that you experienced while you're growing. And reversed here, I get the sense that there are some memories and things that you might be holding on to that are kind of keeping you from remembering that joy that you had in childhood. I know a lot of us have gone through some pretty painful experiences growing up. I personally went through a lot, and it's a double-edged sword, right? We learn things through adversity, but we also carry those memories with us, and a lot of times it can hinder what we consider of ourselves now, what we consider legitimate means of living, the types of things that we allow ourselves to do or not do. All of those things come from childhood memories, childhood imprints, things that we were sort of, I don't want to say brainwashed, but indoctrinated with in a bit of a way, especially, for the ladies out there or anybody who was born in a marginalized community or has since discovered things about themselves that aren't always fully accepted by the general population. So here we have sort of a memories from our childhood that are kind of holding us back. So maybe think about what those might be for you. And then here, lastly, we have the Three of Pentacles. This card is a little funny. Usually the Three of Pentacles is about being proficient at your work and having people kind of recognize that. But in this deck, I feel like it's almost the sense that you're sacrificing yourself for that coin. You're sacrificing kind of what you know to be true or what you're really wanting to do for work rather than, and just sort of get this bag. You kind of have to, cut your own self off there. So I think this is all kind of reflective of maybe asking yourself, what is it that I'm doing now that I feel like I'm sacrificing and kind of hiding my true self? And what is it that I'm trading for money that I might not actually want to be trading for money, but that is actually maybe blocking me from my real talents and traits. So a lot of, positive energy here. And I feel like if you are looking to grow and expand your ability to be happy and experience this Ten of Cups, I think the best way to do that here that the cards are showing is to imagine yourself in this abundant energy. Imagine yourself wrapped up by this Empress who is, she's taking care, if you can see here, she's taking care of not only her own child, but the bees here. She's nurturing them with a flower. And here she is in the corner pouring out some of her milk to the land. So she's giving back to her community. And then up here, we've got a wand that's on fire and growing roots. So you can really, with this feeling of abundance and safety, you can really put down some roots for some of your best ideas. So if you can keep in your mind the energy of the Empress, that will be the quickest road for you to get to your Ten of Cups. And so here, what I'm sensing is, some real self-reflection could help you step towards that Ten of Cups. Thinking about what it is that you're sacrificing that you don't want to be sacrificing. Thinking about what kind of memories and imprints that you had when you were a child that kind of take you away from your true calling and what you really know you need to be doing deep down inside. And I know that's such a scary thing to do. So if you can rely on the Empress or Mother Earth or, you know, Spirit or whoever you do rely on for encouragement, that's going to really help you find the courage to go within and ask these questions. What am I sacrificing that I shouldn't be sacrificing? And what from my childhood has taught me to do that and is holding me back? All right, so next we'll go on to the Five of Swords here. The Five of Swords can be pretty challenging. It represents more of the, oh, we got one, Star card. Also one of my other favorites in the deck. So yeah, the Five of Swords here is kind of representative of a winner takes all struggle here, possibly an argument where you know, people have walked away feeling despondent. I see you here kind of smiling a little bit, smirking, like maybe you did get your way temporarily, or maybe you're proud of yourself for sticking up for yourself. But I do see people in the background here kind of walking away a little disappointed. You know, sometimes these are the kind of arguments that we get into when we start doing things that other people in our lives don't understand. And I think a lot of times when we grow and we question the status quo and we look for things outside of the norm to make us more happy, it kind of shows other people what they're not doing about their own lives. And it can create a little bit of conflict. So what's really sticking out to me here is the smile on this person's face. And, you know, sometimes it looks like a smirk. Sometimes it looks like, you know, he's being kind of a smart aleck. But for me, the feeling I'm getting right now is that you're a little bit proud of yourself for sticking up for yourself and, you know, knowing that it's okay that not everyone loves what you're doing as long as you know what you're doing is right. So don't be discouraged if you start making changes in your life and, you know, the people around you are a little annoyed or they don't understand, because that happens all the time when you make changes. People don't really like change, right? So when they see you changing, it's a bit of a challenge for them. But that doesn't mean that you should stop. And it ends up, in the end, usually being pretty inspiring for others, even though they don't know it at first. So keep the faith, Pisces. I know what you're doing is getting you to your wish fulfillment, as the Star card here has come out. Again, we see another pouring out of, you know, sustenance to the land here. And this is an energy of hope. This is an energy of abundance as well. And, you know, they say it's a wish come true. So what I'm seeing here is if you do pursue what your wish is, although it might, you know, rub some people the wrong way, in the end, you're going to be successful. You're going to have that wish come true. All right. Spirit, what is another card for this Five of Swords for Pisces Collective? Pink Painter Tarot Collective. Go ahead and, I was going to say, go ahead and like the video if you like it so far. That way I can channel your energy more strongly. Here's the Justice card, which is an incredible major arcana card. I like this Justice card a lot because it's got, you know, the strength of the lion. It's got the scales that are balanced out, but not in the typical way, right? She's holding the scales in her mouth, and she herself is balanced upside down, coming from the sky, sort of like a blessing or a justice call that's coming from above, right? It's not coming from here on earth, but something in, you know, the spirit realm that's balancing out for you. People are noticing your efforts up there. If you have ancestors that you confide in, if you have a certain deity that you trust and you know loves you, this is who is seeing your strength and the changes that you're making right now, and is really going to be rewarding you. So if you think that you're doing it, doing all these changes or making all these decisions and nobody's appreciating it, there is someone out there who's very much watching you, and you will get your justice in the end. So that's really encouraging here. I really love that energy. Let's get one more for the Five of Swords here for the Pisces collective. Ooh, I think I saw what that one was. The Two of Cups. Yay, it's another one of my favorites. A lot of my favorites are coming out right now. So the Two of Cups here, as you can see, the cups are planted right in the dirt here. And I don't know if it's very clear, but they seem to be growing roots here at the bottom. So this is going to be a very stable, long-term type of relationship that's coming in towards you. And a lot of times it's not a romantic relationship. It could be a relationship that helps you grow your business, like a business partnership or a new friendship that's really encouraging to you. Here we have a red flower that signifies passion, and then we have a white flower that signifies pure intentions. So here I'm seeing, you know, also the cups are equal, and they're not the same, right? But they're equal in size. They're both growing and at the same stage in their growth. And they're both providing a little garden for all these butterflies back here. So I'm getting the sense that pretty soon, as long as you continue to, you know, be truthful with yourself about what it is you want, and have faith that when you act upon that truth, you will be rewarded for it. You'll be able to meet somebody who can help you on your journey, who can meet you and match you halfway. So many times we get into these relationships that are lopsided, right? But the Two of Cups signifies an opportunity to be in a relationship where things are equal. It's an equal give and take, and it's a really fulfilling experience, especially if you've never had that experience before. But I'm seeing here that is going to come towards you. Now, going back to this Five of Swords, these kinds of changes, like I said, they can be really threatening to people who are in our lives and don't expect us to change, or, you know, maybe old friends who weren't so supportive and, you know, can't really understand why you would need a new relationship, what's wrong with their relationship with you. But a lot of times, you know, those relationships, especially if there's somebody who can't be excited for you when you have a breakthrough or when you have something exciting happen in your life, those aren't real friendships, right? Those can be acquaintances or people that we grew up with, people that were just sort of in our lives, relationships that were kind of just given to us and we didn't really choose. Not that those friendships don't have a place, but they definitely don't have a place in leading where your life is going, especially if you know inside that you've been, you know, avoiding what it is that really makes you happy, and you've kind of been exchanging that happiness or that conviction for either just these pentacles, or just for the sake of harmony in your relationships. So have faith that once you can identify what's holding you back, what you've been sacrificing that you no longer want to sacrifice, might rub some people the wrong way, but too bad, so sad. Your wish here is coming true, and you know, your spirit guides, ancestors, spirit, God, they're watching. They can see all the progress that you're making, even on the inside, you know? And this is really going to be rewarding for you, because once you are true to yourself, you start to find people who really match that true self and who can meet you halfway, and who can really encourage you to grow these roots in the new area of your life that you're pursuing. All right, so now we've got the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a difficult energy as well. She's blindfolded, and she's balancing these two really heavy swords there as she's holding perfectly still. And it's nighttime, so, you know, there's a sense of a little bit of a peace or tranquility here, but in that pause, that moonlit night, there is a tension, an incredible tension. So a lot of times this will signify a choice that you need to make. But what I'm seeing here, what's really popping out to me is the fact that she's blindfolded and she's balancing these incredibly heavy swords. Swords stand for the mind, right? Thoughts that maybe are racing out of control, or two choices that you've been going back and forth. You're not sure if you should choose one or the other, and just kind of holding that tension there. You can do it for a little while, and you can maintain, an outward sense of calm. But after a while, your arms start to shake, your back starts to hurt. You just can't hold this position forever. So it does require a choice here with the Two of Swords. So let's see what kind of choice you're being asked to make. And again, I feel like this is about, kind of taking off that blindfold and being able to see what it is that is holding you back. And I keep getting this energy like from your childhood, that you must have gone through something that has kind of coaxed you out of what you know is your true calling. A lot of times our family pressures us into going for the money. Ooh, Ace of Wands, there you go. That is a beautiful new idea, something inspiring, something that sets you on fire. Here I'm seeing the cycles of the sun, sort of the sunrise, midday, sunset. For me, this is about, these revelations take time to really flush out. But this wand is on fire and it's floating through the cosmos. And I see these little guys here as spirits that have passed on, that are, watching you from the other side and are really encouraging you to take a look at this new inspiring idea that you have. They say, what you're supposed to be acting on when you feel that passion in your gut. If it's the saying, is if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. So make sure that this new idea that you're focusing on, that you kind of know deep down that you want to take a chance on and you're just not sure, check with yourself in your gut to make sure it sets you on fire in a good way. Because, anything that's going to keep us sustained for the long haul is something that we really need to be passionate about. Otherwise, like up here with the Three of Pentacles, you're just cutting yourself off from your own happiness, and sacrificing your true self for money, which is never fulfilling. So I see here, that you're manifesting something in your life. Maybe you're not even telling anyone yet what your true desires are. I think, it's like I said, it's hard to know that the people around you are going to support you and trust your intuition when there's no pentacle proof just yet. But what I'm seeing here is a super opportunity to make the decision to lay down one of these swords that are way too heavy, and pick up this new inspirational idea, or the direction where your heart is burning and telling you to go. Because in the end, your wish is going to come true. You have this Empress energy here helping you become abundant. And I think, you've got justice coming down here, because your moves will be seen and will be rewarded. And I know that the work here for you is to, like I said, dig into your past and understand why you're holding yourself back, which part of, your work or the things that you do for others are just that, only for others and not for yourself as well. So you can make sure you're not cutting yourself off from the thing that is going to make you happy and ultimately will bring you abundance. Even though it might rub some people the wrong way here, your challenge is to follow this Ace of Wands, follow your heart, and know that whatever is burning deep within you is a sign that that's what you're supposed to be focused on. Let me get 2 more cards for the Pisces collective, and 3 more cards. Okay. And we've got the Eight of Swords on the back of this deck. Let's see if you can see that. There you go. So first that came out was the Knight of Swords. And then we got the Nine of Pentacles. And then lastly here, let's see, we're running out of room. I have the Judgment card. I'm coming out again. So we've got Justice here and Judgment, right? Two of those cards of the divine looking down on you and making, you know, discerning what it is that you deserve and really delivering for you. Judgment can also be kind of a wake-up call. See how he's holding the bell here, he's ringing the bell, kind of calling his animals to him, saying, you know, wake up, it's time to do the things that are in your nature, and understand what your true calling is. So I love that here. The rest of these, the Knight of Swords is the one that came out second after the Ace of Wands. So there's always sort of a drive, right? When you have a new passion, a new idea, something that is exciting you, and you know you want to move forward on it. Maybe you've done all the work, you've dug into your past to see, you know, what those false beliefs are. You've gotten rid of them. You've decided that you're not going to sacrifice yourself for a couple of coins anymore, but you're actually going to push through the uncomfortableness, even when other people think you might be a little crazy, and you're going to go towards your wish fulfillment. I promise you, you will find people, counterparts, help that will allow you to move forward and do this. As soon as you make that commitment, people will be gravitating towards you to be able to help you achieve those goals. But I think that the Ace of Wands here is here to tell you that you already know what it is that you want to do, that you've been called to do, or that's deep within you, that fire that's burning. The tendency, once we figure all this out, once we've done all the work, right, and we're ready to go forward, is to maybe rush forward a little too quickly. A lot of times it's like, I know what I want, now I want it to happen now. But that's not really how the universe works, right? We most of the time need, you know, working on the earthly plane, things take time, change takes time. Even though time isn't really real, it is a pattern of change, right? Moving forward. So just be cautious here. Notice that the horse is blindfolded, and so even he doesn't really know where he's headed. So, and here he has stepped on the skull, cracking it in two. And I think that's what happens a lot when we get excited about an idea, right? We want to go for it. We've made the choice. Like I said, we've done all the inner work. And now we just want to jump on the back of that horse and ride to victory. The warning here is you don't want to step on your own peace, your own sense of security, just to run it over to get where you want to go. The stress sometimes of achieving our calling can even be more than the stress of, you know, just going to that 9 to 5, because it's not as important to us, right? When something's really important to us, it almost seems heavier. It almost seems more impossible unless we just go, 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 drive, drive, drive. I don't prescribe to grind culture. I know that in a lot of ways it can be good to be motivated and to motivate you. But for me, especially as a neurodiverse person, I tended to see that the more I would grind, the more tired I'd get, and then the less I'd get done. So again, I think this is really just a warning. I don't know if this is, you know, necessarily something that will definitely happen, but I do see it as take your time. Don't expect things to unfold immediately. And, you know, take care of yourself here. As I was saying, like, you want to be able to keep your peace and keep your energy up so that you can continue to accomplish. You don't want to burn out too quickly. And then lastly here, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which I know I've said this several times, but is another one of my absolute favorite cards. The Nine of Pentacles here, talk about like fire burning in your heart. This image is so visceral. This person has literally bared their entire insides to achieve what they've achieved. It's a raw card that really asks us to be vulnerable and to be honest about what is burning inside of us. And also just to know that those things are of value. Like you have all of these pentacles inside of you here, potentials for abundance and for creating things in the real world. They're all inside of you. Everything that you need to thrive is going to come from the knowledge within. And what's burning in your heart, what's burning in your guts, what is your body telling you? You'll notice that if you have an idea, if it's a great idea, one that you're really excited about, you can feel it in your body, right? You just kind of get this like burning sensation, an excitement, a zest. And you feel it in your guts too, right? Even if you don't get sort of like that anxiety, excitement, you still kind of have this pull. It's like somebody's pulling a string from your stomach, right? Pulling you forward. So always listen to those feelings that your body is giving you, because your body is so wise. There are millennia of knowledge and wisdom that your body has carried on from generation to generation. And we know just with DNA, all of our ancestors' experiences are inside of us as well. So it's a great place to go to understand what it is that you are really wanting and needing in your life, is to sit down and toss around some ideas and see what your body tells you. The Nine of Pentacles is also a card of self-sufficiency and success. In the traditional tarot deck, or Rider-Waite tarot deck, it's a woman standing in a vineyard with a hawk on her shoulder, and she just looks super calm, super wealthy, super peaceful. She's like one of those just like badass bosses, like a lady boss. She just looks so powerful. And I love the wisdom of this card, that it all comes from inside of you, and you have to be confident enough to share yourself, be vulnerable, and be really truthful with yourself about what it is that sets you on fire. So what I'm seeing here, let's talk about what's on the back of the deck, the Eight of Swords. Ooh, and look what's right under that, the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. So the Ten of Pentacles signifies the end of the pentacle journey, total abundance, total self-sufficiency, fulfillment of the dreams that you've had. And then here we have the Eight of Swords, which is sort of it's a card that asks you to untrap yourself, right? You see the skeleton here is blindfolded. He's kind of looking up here to the lucky 8 ball, right? Rather than possibly listening to the ebb and flow of nature here with the moon. And there are bats surrounding him. Bats can do some incredible things. Obviously, they can see without needing light because they use echolocation. So what I always get with this card is, even if you feel trapped, right? Even if you're feeling like there's swords on all sides of you and you just don't know where to turn, you don't know where to go, try using another sense besides what you typically use. If you typically, ask other people for advice, or typically you'll do some reading, research to try and make your decisions, use one of the senses that you don't typically use. Do that echolocation, whatever that is for you. If that's meditating, praying, maybe pulling some cards, watching some tarot readings, do something a little bit unconventional. And sometimes all you need is that little bit of shift to free you up and to bring you a new energy for you to move forward with the things that you love and the things that you know are meant for you. So this is what's hidden. This is what was on the back of the deck. So just a little piece of advice for you there, Pisces. All right. So last but not least, I'd love to pull some advice for you. Spirit, let's see what we can get. What is some advice for the Pisces Pink Painter Collective? If you haven't already liked the video, that would be an amazing gift to me. It also helps me to, really narrow into the few people who are actually watching the video, and I can give more of a specific reading for you. Like and subscribe if you love it, and I will be back as often as I possibly can to hopefully guide you through some difficult times. Spirit, what is some advice for the Pisces Collective? All right. Got one flying off the table. First card is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune. Dang. I see some prosperity in your future for sure. Let's get one more card here. One more card for the Pisces Pink Painter Collective. What is your advice, Spirit, for us moving forward? All right, and the Hermit. I love this. Oh, I love this. Okay. So, the Queen of Pentacles is a little bit like the Empress up here, right? She's abundant. She has, dominion over her surroundings. Here, I'll show you a little bit closer. She's carrying a sunflower, which just represents happiness and, those feelings of security, safety, and a deep sense of joy, not just a frivolous joy. As you can see, she's got a pentacle over her head, and it's gigantic. So she has an abundant backup resource here for her as she is exploring the world. And I love this ram that's carved into the side of the mountain here. For me, that shows that she has this ram energy behind her, a determination, and that no one is going to stop her from doing what she needs to do, wants to do. No one is going to take away her abundance. She can scale, the highest heights and still have that rock stability underneath her. And she is not afraid to push through adversity or to push through and ask for what she wants or, do what it takes to get what she wants. So great sign here for the Queen of Pentacles coming out in your advice. To me, that just means have faith in your ability to create abundance. The Wheel of Fortune is always a good sign, right? Here in the wheel, it's such a peaceful scene. She's got a cherub sitting on her knee, and it looks like they're in conversation. So here I would encourage you to keep, being in conversation with whatever deepens your personal experience, whether that be talking to a friend, whether that be talking to your spiritual advisors or your spirit guides, your ancestors, loved ones, and they can really help point you towards your fortune. I think a lot of times when we see the Wheel of Fortune, we always assume it's going to be a good turn. Obviously, this came out upright, and it's not upside down. But I think the other piece of advice for you here is that if the Wheel of Fortune, sometimes when you get going, it's a little bit harder, right? It doesn't just bring you success immediately as much as we'd like for things to go that way. It's not really how the world works, right? So whether or not you are coming down on the wheel or going up on the wheel, just know that it will change. Nothing lasts forever. And sometimes I get excited when I am coming towards the end of a down period and I know I can't really take much more. All there is from there is up, right? The wheel never stays in one place for long. So if you are in a place where you're feeling a little bit more down on the wheel, just know that there's nowhere to go from here but up. So you're on your way, Pisces. And then lastly, we have the Hermit for some advice for you. The Hermit is such an awesome energy for me. I used to not realize how much I needed my alone time, and ever since I started practicing tarot and started practicing meditation more often, I realized how much I craved that alone time. Even though I'm kind of an extrovert, I really started to enjoy my own company a lot more when I had conversations with myself in solitude. And I really think that's a place where you can go to understand your past, to understand what it is that you're sacrificing that you don't really want or need to be sacrificing. We do a lot of things for other people and we don't even realize that it's not for ourselves at all. Not that we shouldn't do things for others, but I think the most important thing is to lead by example, right? So if you want others to live an abundant, fulfilling life, you need to live an abundant and fulfilling life. And then you can show people how it's done. And only from that abundant place can you help others. Otherwise, it's just codependency, not interdependency, as we really are made, over years of evolution. We've been finely tuned to be an interdependent species. But again, this is not codependency. This is interdependence comes from when you have full skills and full knowledge to contribute. You can't contribute something that you don't have, right? So my suggestion here and what I think Spirit is saying is the more you spend time with yourself going inward, the easier it's going to be to make this decision to put one of your heavy swords down and pursue this fiery passion that's inside of you. And also to just make sure you're not, running yourself ragged while doing so. Spending time alone in contemplation, withdrawing from the world and being able to ask those questions. He's got his hands clasped here and he's looking towards the moon. The moon sometimes signifies the mystery, right? Something that's hidden. So here it seems to me that he's asking for what is hidden to be revealed to him. And that's where he's going to get the wisdom to act upon, to bring this star wish card into life and move you towards this abundance of the Nine of Pentacles, where you really are being vulnerable with yourself, you're being vulnerable with those around you, and you're creating from a place, you're manifesting from a place of true conviction, right? It's hard to maintain something for a long period of time if you're not truly convinced that this is what is for you. But let's just go back to the very first card of the reading here and remind ourselves that this is what we're aiming for. And it's already in our spread, right? So it is there. It exists. It is for us. And we just have to walk towards it. So I hope that leaves you with some hope. I hope that leaves you with a little bit of inspiration and some insights on how to get there and claim your Nine of Pentacles, claim that Empress energy, find yourself that Two of Cups where you have that equal give and take, and really, become this Queen of Pentacles where we're manifesting what we want and what feels so good to live out, right? Oh, thank you so much for coming to my reading. I hope that it was helpful for you, like I said, and if you guys have any comments or if anything here rings a bell, please comment below. I would love to hear your feedback. If there's also anything else you want to add or any insights that you had from your own intuition while I was reading, I would love to hear those as well. I think that any comment down below would be super helpful for the channel. I'm trying to think of what a good icon would be for the Pink Painter Collective. So if you have any suggestions for an icon that we can start being our own little kind of meme down below, please put those suggestions in the comment too. All right, that's me. I'm the Pink Painter, and thank you for coming to my reading. I hope you guys have an amazing day, an amazing evening, and I wish all the best for you and good luck on your inner journey. Be brave, Pisces.